Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to the Dumb Dad Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I'm a dumb dad.
And my name is Evan, and I'm a dumb dad.
Evan, we've got an exciting guest. And for those who are listening and know it's an all-guest format, that's not a surprise.
We have an incredibly talented writer, father of four. He's worked in Hollywood for years and years and years, and single-handedly brought Frasier back and stuck it on the air.
Yes.
Today we have Joe Cristalli.
Very excited to have him, so enjoy.
Guys, how are you? It's been so long.
How you been? How was your holiday? I like that your Christmas stuff's still up. So is mine.
Look, if it takes you a month and a half to put up, you have to enjoy it for a while. I mean, the holidays were a chaotic nightmare, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was just.
Did you stay in Buffalo?
I sure did stay in Buffalo, and you can lose that condescending tone. I like Buffalo. Buffalo's a nice place to live, Evan. I don't need to be in Hollywood to do this.
I'm assuming if it probably snowed enough to where you actually can't leave Buffalo. So
no,
it's not
fully
like...
snowed in.
Joe, do you think if you were more defensive, you'd believe it?
Defensive, you're defensive. I've never been defensive before. It snowed so much 2 years ago that the dog was able to walk over the fence in the backyard because the snow was so high. And honestly, that feels like Christmas. But you enjoy putting on your flannel in 75-degree weather to go get a Christmas tree. Have a good time. I'm gonna sing Christmas carols and drink hot cocoa.
The audacity to assume that it didn't drop anywhere near 60 is insane.
Did it get near 60?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it did. It was a total panic.
People claimed it snowed in Burbank a couple years ago, but that was asbestos. That wasn't snow.
Yeah, that was just pure
summer
asbestos.
and winter in Southtown. Like, it's not happening.
Factories backfiring. That's all it is usually.
Spitting it back into the atmosphere.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. No, Buffalo is great. I haven't been to LA in almost a year, which doesn't sound great for my career.
It's all in computers now. It's all in
good for your
computers.
mental health.
Everything mental health is really high, which is good.
Yeah.
I've never been as straight as an
As
arrow
high as the
and
snow.
spinning like a top. Everything's great. Everything's great. The kids are great. We introduced more screens at Christmas, which was a mistake. But otherwise, I think we're doing great.
And now for our listeners, Joe, remind us how many kids do you have? How old are they? What pocket are you in?
The pocket that I wish I could be buried alive. I have 4 kids, all girls who are 9, 7, 7, and 5.
4 daughters, lives in upstate, Italian name. It's good to have our first mob boss on.
I will be respected, so I'd appreciate to lose the tone.
I just a ring, but we're virtual. So
Like, it should be getting easier because for a long time, like when I was working with you guys a while ago, at one point my kids we had 4 under 4. Like our oldest was 4, and we had 4 kids, and that was I mean I still don't know how we survived that. Now it's hard, but it's hard because they're smarter. Like they're baffling in like. I don't think there's any better metaphor for society or the downslope we're on. My dad was here for Christmas, and one of our traditions is, we love Christmas movies, and we watched Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the 1960s, like, stop-motion claymation, that one.
Oh, yeah.
And he was imploring the 4 girls to watch it. He was sitting on the couch watching it, begging them to watch. And they were all on their brand-new hoverboard, circling him like a shark, saying it was boring and stupid. And including the 5-year-old, and he just looked sad, and I felt sad, and it's like, why can't we just watch? It's the origin story of Rudolph, guys. Like this is, oh God, you guys are getting good on those things. You are quick. Like, how are you doing that? So it's all going pretty good here.
He doesn't even know what that is.
No.
And he thinks this is what I made it all the way to becoming a grandfather for this.
He has delusions of grandeur. I'm going to sit down and play Monopoly with the kids.
Yeah.
We're gonna tell stories. Maybe we'll go camping. No. They're going to do what they want, and if you're along for the ride, it's up to them.
I mean, that is probably the tougher thing about grandparents for them, where it's like every time they were showing up for a long time, the kids are so excited to see them, to spoil them, and then out of nowhere, they're like, "Yeah, but I discovered something else that's more fun."
I have an iPad. I'm going to go talk to my
just
friends.
happens for them.
Yeah.
For us, it's gradual.
But Gugu is here. You love her. Not anymore, I don't.
No.
It's such a bummer.
Your money?
Yeah. Do you have money? Christmas lists. A couple of the kids wrote $1,000, which was a bummer. Also, like, where are we? That's on your list. Like, one of my girls is just. They're all sweet in different ways. Like, they're all nightmares in different ways. But like, one was putting like pencils and books and like I think she actually wrote stuff to give to charity on her Christmas list, which was so sweet. And then another daughter wrote like $1,000 and put it on there twice. Like $1,000, then there's a cover board, VR, then like down lower, it's like $1,000, like in case you missed it, or maybe the goal is 2,000.
$1,000, parentheses, preferably from a charity.
Preferably from a charity. Honestly, those kids have too much. They don't need, like, they're eating all the time and they're singing and dancing based on what I've seen in musicals. Like, they're fine. They're happy.
If they can afford to sponsor Good Morning America, they have a little extra cash flow. So.
Honestly, here. And that's, I hope, the clip that goes viral. Charities have had it too good for too long.
Have fun, guys.
What? It's just three white guys in their 30s talking about how charities have had it too good for too long. Like, whatever.
I think.
Get over it.
I think everybody wants to hear our opinions.
I know I do.
Clip off the 30s comment. That was the one.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Are you not in your 30s anymore?
What? No, we went backwards, actually. We look terrible, but we're both 29.
Well, one of you looks terrible. One of you looks okay.
Sorry.
The listener can decide.
Sorry. We'll cut it. We'll figure it out by the end.
No,
how much time do your kids get off of school during holiday break?
They were here 2 full weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Ours are still here.
3 weeks. What? Why?
Yep.
Fantastic question.
They're asleep behind this wall.
It's January 8th. What are they doing home?
I think, I don't know. I think it's
I ask myself that every half an hour.
No days or anything like that, and they're not planning for any of it. It's just, we go for it.
That's so stupid.
It's a week for Thanksgiving, and then they go back to school for like a week and a half, and then they have 13 months off. And then I don't think they go to school. We drop them off at this building for like a couple days a year, and then most of the time they're here, driving us insane.
Sick. I think they go to a lab.
Yeah, we send them somewhere so they can get sick and then bring the germs home. That's where we send them.
You know, it's always presented in movies and TV shows that like sending kids away to boarding school is like some kind of punishment. I think they'd enjoy it. I think my kids would enjoy being out of the house. I think I would enjoy having them out of the house. I think it's just something we need to really think about. It doesn't need to be for the uber rich. Like, like Buffy needs to send little Mortimer out for a month at Oxford. No. It should be middle class working families in upstate Western New York.
And all you do is make sure you pick them up for the holidays, and they'll become Scrooge. It's that simple.
If they'll
make friends.
And they might want to spend the holidays with friends. Like, who wants to spend holidays with family? You want to spend it with your friends, I think.
Oh my gosh. We're grossing
with your grandpa trying to make you watch some show that was made out of toothpicks.
Like, get down and watch this stop motion thing where they keep making jokes about dentists. It's really good.
It's weird that movie in the 60s is so much based around like inclusion and like being different is okay, and yet the origin story is that Rudolph was Donner's son and Rudolph's mother's name was Mrs. Donner, which feels like it might not pass the Bechdel test. They got that misogyny in, even though the story is ultimately about inclusion, but I think that was an accident. I don't think they set out with that goal, if I had to guess.
Maybe. It might be like from Donner, from the director of the first Superman. Maybe she's the second.
That's probably it.
So Joseph, let's get into a little bit of you. You are a Hollywood television writer. You've written on Frasier, Life in Pieces, that great Harmony show with Bradley Whitford.
Perfect Harmony. And also, just small earmark, the bad Frasier. I'd like to take credit for the good one, but I was on the bad one.
Not the bad Frasier.
I was on the one that sullied the good name of Frasier. The current one. Well, I don't know if you can say current anymore. We had a good run. I'm proud of it.
I don't think you sullied the name of Frasier.
Oh, you're so sweet.
That stage sullied the name of Frasier.
That's true. No, I loved it. We did 2 years, and it was the greatest joy of my entire life, and I loved it so much. I just wish more people had seen it.
Yeah,
it's my only regret.
My wife, big Frasier fan, watched it, and you guys nailed it. Her words. She loved Frasier.
She nailed it to the wall. Let the blood drip out, and as it was drained, we added it to hooks.
And we made jerky from.
Honestly, the people that the best response to it is from the people that were Frasier fans, and we're like, yeah, this is still good. Like, we were never gonna do. We didn't have Niles. We were never gonna do old Frasier. It was a new show, and if you just appreciated it, I sound so sad and desperate. It can still come back. They might still bring it back. We don't know.
They might.
Yeah, they won't. No, guys, come on. You're in Hollywood. Just don't be so naive.
Hear me out. They're gonna bring him back.
They are reaching, man.
AI. They're gonna bring the dad back. And he's
that'd be nice. I'd like to see him.
And the dog.
I was just thinking the dog. I think it's got to be the dog. I want to see the dog origin story.
She'll run in here at some point. We just got a Jack Russell puppy, which talk about parenting mistakes. Our dog of like 15 years died last year, and she was very sweet. She had a great life, but the kids were always kind of terrified of her because she bit all of them at least once because she got real mean.
Jeez.
Well, we had her for like 10 years before we even had kids. Like we couldn't get rid of her.
Yeah.
So she passed, and then the kids were like, "Well, we have to get another dog." I'm like, "Well, mommy and I are upset." And then like a week later, we had a dog. This is
It's that's tough. It's hard to
Pretty
like
sure
not
that's
want to
happening.
just fill that cup right back up.
My dog's 13, and my kids are both now so in love with him, and they're cuddling a lot. I'm like, why are we doing this now?
no, that's the mistake. Our kids couldn't do that because our dog would bite them. So they loved her, but weren't allowed
still
near
does
her.
bite
It
them.
was like an ornery grandparent that maybe has dementia. Like we love grandma, but we're not going to go near grandma. She's going to bite you.
That's better. He still kind of bites them, but they love him so much, and he will cuddle next to them, and it's just like, I don't know how much more of this we got, and we're all gonna just at the end of the movie fall in love with the character who's clearly dying.
It's sad, but also I started to go off on this 20-minute tangent that's going to be really good. I don't think that dog was acting on Frasier. Those dogs are really smart. This dog is like a raptor. We have a fenced-in backyard. I know. It's Buffalo. You can have so much here. She has escaped and run away like 5 times. And it's not only that she's running away. Jack Russells are like greyhounds. She's so fast. The other day I was outside. Well, it must have been more like summertime, but I was outside watering the plants. It was like 5:30 in the morning, 6 in the morning.
It probably wasn't yesterday.
No, it's not yesterday. Yesterday was freezing cold.
Just making ice trees.
It was yesterday. That just meant you were peeing outside.
I was watering the plants, as we all do when we've had too much coffee. No, I was watering the plants, and I was barefoot in my pajamas. It was like early. And I turn, and I see the dog sprinting down the street. And we're in an enclosed backyard. So knowing that she'll be gone if I lose sight of her, I hop the fence barefoot, and I'm sprinting down the street in my pajamas.
Yes.
Down the middle of the
There
road
you go.
at 5:30 in the morning. Also, her name is Scoops. So I'm screaming Scoops and she's so far ahead you can't even see what I'm chasing. She ran past this older guy who must have been like in his 70s, just sort of walking down the middle of the road because it was early. And I was like, she's friendly. Just grab her. She's friendly. And he just sort of like smiled and like shrugged and like, no, sorry, I can't. I chased her for a full mile and a half. I eventually caught her. I still don't know how. And then the problem was I didn't have my phone. So my wife didn't know where I was because I hopped a fence. She didn't know I went chasing a dog. And she's probably still sleeping. So I then had to walk back. Like, it's not bad. The adrenaline kicks in when you're running barefoot down the street in the morning.
Yep.
But then the walk back, when your feet are all cut up.
That's terrible.
And I ended up walking past that old guy again. I was holding the dog. And he's sort of like, you're more in shape than you look. I didn't think you'd get her. You couldn't even respond the first time. You acted like you didn't talk. Now you're going to just cut me down? I'm bleeding.
Well,
he's like, just want you to know, move the arms. Arms weren't really moving.
Every other morning at 5:30 when I go down the street, there's not a man in pajamas sprinting at me yelling Scoops.
Scoops. Sound like a lunatic running down the street.
Scoops.
How long into owning a Jack Russell Terrier is it before they chill out, or is it never? Like labs, it's like they're everything to a lab is like the coolest thing they've ever seen. They want to do all of it for 4 years, and then labs are like, all right, I'm cool.
The book that I skimmed said anything that the Jack Russell does in the first 2 years is our fault. Like nothing it does, it's just playing, which is fine. I get that. I do not think the energy subsides. I think it's always going to be digging, searching for rats. Yesterday, I couldn't find my phone, had all the kids looking for it. It was out under a bush in the backyard in the snow. Somehow still worked. I think that dog's going to outlive all of us, and I think it'll enjoy it. I'm not going to be surprised when I walk on the stairs and it's opening a door. Like, it's going to figure out how doors work. Like, it's smarter than my kids.
Yeah.
That's why you said it's a raptor.
That's
I
right.
did. Life and jokes find a way to circle back.
There we go.
That's why I moved to Buffalo. My career ended.
Well, let's talk about that. How long have you been professionally running television?
Boy, I think I started as a writer's assistant on How I Met Your Mother in 2013, 14 maybe. And then I got my first job on Life in Pieces. That was probably right before our first was born in 2016. So probably like I was turning 30 and we were about to have a baby and I was a writer's assistant on Life in Pieces. And I think I got bumped up like either right before my birthday or right before she was born, which was, I was ready to just pack it in. So, so I think since 2015, 16, I mean, you get to write a little bit as a writer's assistant in all of those rooms, like
Right.
especially like How I Met Your Mother. I came in at like the 6th season, so like everybody in that room was the smartest, funniest person you've ever seen or met. So it's like
For sure.
Yeah.
like a teaching hospital, like on steroids. But then you just, you know, you get lucky, you bounce around a little bit, you just try not to die. Like it's basically parenthood. It's just you're just hustling, hoping you can't stand still too long, or someone's gonna, you know, get rid of you.
So you're in the writer's room for How I Met Your Mother. How long until you felt comfortable enough to speak up, to
say something out
you
loud.
know, I have a joke. It's like never, or
like a long time. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know, most people who are in those jobs have aspirations of being a writer. Like nobody want, I don't think there's like 2% of people that just want to be a writer's assistant because they like typing. Like I don't think those people
Yeah.
exist as much. I think they're there to learn and because there's 2 ways to do it. Like you can come in, I'm a hot shot, I'm funnier than these people, I'm going to start telling jokes right away. Or
Yeah.
you ingratiate yourself so people like you, so that when you do finally speak and screw up, they're like, nah, he's trying really hard though. He's a nice guy. We like him.
Yeah.
She's
that's
doing her
fun.
best. Like we're all working
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we said that 10 minutes ago, but well, that was a nice
it was
try.
a good. Yeah, we said that. Did you not? You were supposed to write it down. You didn't write it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the first, like, I would say the first at least 4 or 5 months, you're just so panicked that you're not writing everything down and listening. But once you get a little bit of comfortability with people, I knew I had to pick my moments. So like if people are having like going back and forth riffing or adding on to some other joke, that's not when I jump in. I jump in if like it's been
Right.
3 minutes of silence because nobody has anything, and then it's like, what if Marshall did this? And then it's like, even if it sucked, it gets the room going again, and they're just appreciative somebody talked.
Oh wow.
So
I feel like that would be like the more what's the word, intimidating moment. That would be more intimidating. It's like, oh, it's been quiet, I'll just keep it quiet.
well,
Maybe we don't talk, maybe nobody ever talks
Well,
again.
you're saying like if they're riffing back and forth, they're kind of on
Yeah.
fire, right? So if it's like you're like, oh, I want to play too, they're like, no, we're don't interrupt our flow.
it's exactly right.
No, and I get that, but that seems also more of the moment where you're like, I do have something.
Yeah, but I think Kevin, I think you're thinking like the silence happened because someone had a folksy story about Nazis. And then it's like just uncomfortable. It's like, well, how are we going to pull out of this nosedive? This is more like it's 2 a.m. Everybody wants to go home. We just need a joke to end this scene. It can be anything. Like that's the situation I'm
Right.
talking.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about, well, we have to meet the mother. How are we going to do that? I think I got it, guys. I think I know what we're going to do. No, this is like we need.
It's a folksy Nazi tale.
We
hear me
need a
out.
joke about Marshall eating a cookie. Like, no, that's my wheelhouse. I can walk in and do. Oh, Barney's going to be lightly misogynistic. I think I got something for this.
Got it.
I just got off the phone with my dad. I've got a good one.
I've been working on some notes here that
Oh, that's. I mean, I heard a story of one guy, like a very old timer, like a long time ago writer, who had a Rolodex of jokes. So like, and I'm sure this is. I've heard the story 1,000 times, so I don't. I'm sure maybe you've heard it, but it's like if they needed a joke 10 to see, it's just like sort of flipping through the cards. Like, well, can the floor be wet? If the floor is wet, I got something. So, oh, like that to me is that like if you have that to be a writer's assistant, to have that like to roll through. Can he roll his sleeves up? Because I got something great for that.
Can the
How many
dog open
animals-
doors? I got something if the dog can open doors.
How many animals are in the room right now?
7. Okay, then I think I can do something with that. Noah's Ark has 7 apostles.
We'll lose the giraffe, but yeah, I can make this work.
Honestly, the moments you find yourself to be able to talk is when people understand that you're not a moron and you're just trying to help. You're not. Yes, you want to make yourself look good and you want to like impress people like with something funny, but honestly, they're all professional comedy writers. They're all going to be funnier than you are. If you can help with like a story
Yeah.
turn, or you can help with like, hey, this is maybe something we didn't see coming. Like you're not going to blow them away with a joke. They've all heard jokes, and you don't have the confidence or the stamina to keep up with them. Like exactly like we were saying, when they're riffing back and forth, they don't want you jumping on. They want you writing it down. They don't want to forget all that. Like that stuff's important.
Right.
It's when there's a lull, and it's like the lull gives you time to think. When you're a writer's assistant, you don't have time to think because all you're doing is like, okay, they said that. I got to write it all down.
Right.
But if there's a moment of like 2 minutes where nobody said anything, then you get your brain processes like, I think I have an idea. But then they start talking and it's like, all right, I'll save it.
Yeah. I heard once, I mean, this, I can't remember, it was like an article I read, and this guy was like, my favorite thing to do is like disrupt when there's no ideas. It's like, I think of it this kind of the same thing. It's like looking at a blank sheet of paper and thinking like, I have no idea what to write down. And the guy was like, when no one can decide where to go for lunch, he's like, let's just go to McDonald's. And he's like, I just think it's the worst place to suggest. And I'm like, no, we're not going to go to McDonald's. If we were going to go to McDonald's, we might as well go to this place. Well, if we're going to go to there, we might as well go. All of a sudden, the ideas start. And that always stuck with me of like, sometimes it's just like, it literally doesn't matter what it is. Write it down so you can go off of something. Because the worst thing to stare at, to me, is just like a blank sheet of paper.
It's
it's like everything is stupid before everything is dumb. What's not even worth the ink to write it down? But it's like, just get it on there and then go.
It's yes. I mean, I love to write and I love writing. First drafts that's the worst part. Like I like rewriting and punching up.
Yeah.
But once you get to a place where you're like, especially in comedy rooms, 80% of what you say is going to fail. Like it's a volume game. It's not necessarily being loudest, although that does help. But once you realize that almost everything you say is never going to make it into the show, and it's mostly going to just end in failure, you just kind of say, as long as it's not insane, you just throw out ideas. It's once you have the confidence to be a failure, you're so much better, because it's those bad ideas that generate.
Yeah.
It's almost like AI is like a really bad writer's room. They'll spit out 1,000 things. You're like, well, this nugget of something I can do something with that. That's all you need, somebody to say stuff just to get the ball rolling. Because quiet, and then the longer it gets quiet, then you really don't want to talk. To your point, Kevin, it's like, well, nobody said anything in 45 minutes. I'm not going to be the one to solve this. Like, then it's too long. Then you've waited too long.
This idea isn't that good.
You've missed your window.
Maybe if I pretend to die.
Also, I get the analogy, Evan, but somebody went, let's go to McDonald's. I'd go, all right.
There's something about being dead on the inside also that's just like, yeah, fries are good. Okay.
Maybe go with Arby's or something. Then you can start a conversation.
I don't think this is an office of people who don't give a shit anymore. This is an office of people who like go out to lunch every day. And they can afford to do so. So they're like, why would we? They've gone to all the nice places in the neighborhood and beyond.
Sometimes you're suggesting McDonald's isn't nice. You're going to get some letters. But yeah, sometimes you just want to go to McDonald's. I don't, but some people do.
Yeah, it's never my choice. But if the kids say it, sometimes it's like, sure, we'll go there.
The fries they're already making the fries. I might as well bring some in the car. Joe, how do you write with 4 children in the house? That's my question to you. Like, is there a time? Do you dedicate a certain time of day where you just like knock stuff out, like don't come bother dad, or can you kind of write in the middle of doing stuff, like while we're doing other stuff, or how focused do you need to be to like get something on?
You know the answer to that. What a ridiculous question. Yeah. The only time I get to work is if they're at school.
Laptop
if they're at school, that's it.
Yeah.
They're all at an age now, and I'm sure you guys have dealt with this. Is just the incessant somebody saying "daddy" every 4 seconds. Like I have never been a person. My wife will disagree. I've never been a person that like loses their temper or yells or like flies off the handle, and all of a sudden it's like happens 3 times a day. It's like I just need a second. You guys are all asking a question at the same time. I need a second. It's
overstimulation.
It's and some of it's important. Like I'm bleeding. I need a Band-Aid, or can I get some strawberries? I'm really hungry. Great. Those are varying levels of importance. But then the other one is like my hoverboard keeps running into the wall. I need help while they're running over my foot with a hoverboard. We need to do Legos right now. It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't want to do Legos. Right? Why are you awake? Go away. It's
I'm chasing the dog.
The dog's dragging you down the street. Oh well, goodbye to both of you. Good luck.
Well, the hoverboard was dead. I needed to ride.
Maybe they'll nap today. Maybe they'll nap.
When they were really young, like when I was still an assistant and I was, or just starting, and we had the oldest, I would be able to work like during nap time or like when they go to bed. Like you never really work when they're awake. And now it's just at school, because if they're home, it's no, unless Jessica's like, my wife is like, go to a coffee shop, but she's not going to do that. That's crazy. Like then she's stuck with the 4 kids. Come on, get rid of them.
Go ahead and leave.
And I go to LA like for weeks at a time sometimes, and she's just here, like in this asylum. So it's like when I'm home, I feel like I need to be present, not by choice, but out of guilt and duty to be here.
Yep. You understand.
That's the basis of it.
you had your first, you were right assistant, you got bumped
Yep.
up around the same time that your child was born. That's a wild transition. My wife Annie, who had a similar one where when our first was born, she was a assistant producer, and then she became a producer for reality television. So it was very much of like, just jump in. You've got this now new thing that you're doing. Were you remote pre 2020 or
no? I don't think remote.
no? It was just
I think there's still a good number of rooms that are in person. I think shows that are still in LA. Like Frasier wasn't remote. We did like if we were on a hiatus week, I'd come home and then I would take a room on Zoom. But yes, you can absolutely do writers' rooms remote. Back then, no. In 2016, nobody was doing that. That didn't happen until 2020 when we had to.
okay.
But no, I had the baby. We had the baby. And then I think I got a couple days, but then I was right back to work.
Yeah.
Which was a bummer, but also like those seasons of TV don't last very long either. So I think it was like a month or two, but then I was off for 6 months. So it's like it's hard to like.
Yeah.
Yes, you want to be home, and I was home for a lot, but like then the twins were born like 2 years later, and I think I was still on Life in Pieces. And I think I took a little bit more time because that was crazy having a 2-year-old and then newborn twins. And and the showrunner on like Justin was incredible. I think he would have let me take a month, but like after a couple days, you're like, they're making me come to work, sweetheart. I wish I could stay. I have to go to work. They need me.
Yeah.
I
They
got to stay
really
till
need my
3,
ideas.
I guess.
You're on the phone with them. Your wife's right there. You're like, I mean, if I guess I have to come in,
No, you
Justin's
take
like, no,
yeah,
you take as long as you want. No, I understand.
God.
Sorry, honey. Your wife like
Tightening
hates
the-
Justin.
Honey, they need the Rolodex.
You think
They
they can
need
do
it.
this without me? Like I derail so much.
You think Brent can tell folksy Nazi stories? No way.
Those are the only kind you can tell. Thanks a lot, 2026 America. But I was very lucky too that my wife mostly at that time was only doing she has a retail store now that she opened, but back then it was all online stuff. So she got to be home. She got to be home with the kids
What a
the
gift.
kids have never had to do nannies or babysitters or like after school care. One of us has always been home, which is nice. And usually I'm home. Like even a working writer is working like a couple months out of the year at most. And most writers I know haven't worked in like a year and a half. So like we're home. We have time with the kids.
Yeah.
It's it would have been, nice right after the birth, but also you kind of got to get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, that must alleviate some of like the guilt of like missing things because it's like, oh, you missed the swim meet or whatever. But it's like, well, I'm gonna be home next week for 3 months.
But that's the thing, actually, as you say it. Like this past time, having to commute to LA for Frasier from here, it was about sometimes almost 3 weeks at a time. And this past time, the first season, it felt like I've hit so many seminal moments that I just missed. Like I missed a birthday, I missed a dance. I just kept missing stuff. I missed my wife's birthday, I missed my birthday, I missed one of my daughters. But like
which of those did you forget and which did you have to miss?
They were all on the calendar that I'm sure I had in my phone somewhere. But after
In the bushes.
After that first season, though, like in that hiatus when I knew we were coming back for season 2, I sort of forced some seminal moments. Like my daughter wanted to learn how to ride a bike, and I was like, well, I'm teaching all of you to ride a bike. I'm not missing this. And we took a weekend. We just went out on the grass in the front yard so they couldn't hurt themselves. And I just kept pushing them all over and over again on the bike. Not the littlest, but the twins and the oldest. We're going to learn how to ride a bike because I'm not missing, because you're on the cusp of riding a bike, and I'm not going to go to LA and you're going to learn how to do it. So it was just like forcing seminal moments was fun. Like, I'm not ready to swim. Yes, you are. Splash.
Yes, you are. Plunk. Yeah.
I remember that 20 years from now, Dad, I remember that weekend where you taught me to ride a bike. I know. It was special. No. We were all really upset and you were screaming at us. We're going to learn this.
You really
shouldn't
be drinking
scary.
on the lawn. Like in broad daylight on a Monday. We should have been in school, by the way.
My front basket was just full of empties rattling around.
I told you to bring it to the recycling. Why don't you stop being such a goody two?
I was pushing you towards the bin, and you just kept veering off and falling.
Honestly, I mean, I talk a big game, but I miss my kids and love my family so, like you guys do. I can't stand. Like the only time I enjoy going to LA for like 3 weeks is the moment I get to the airport to go there, and I sit down at the airport bar here and have like a drink and get some chicken wings. That's the happiest I am. and then it's all diminishing returns. As I'm on the flight, I'm like, well, I don't have a life. I don't have hobbies. I don't have friends. I need my family. I miss everything. It's, at one point, deep into season 2, when I was there for a long time, the twins were having a recital on a Saturday morning. And I was in the throes of like, our schedule is like Friday we rehearse, and then Monday we do pre-tapes, Tuesday we do tape night. So that weekend I usually just stay in LA because we have so much to do. We're doing rewrites and stuff. And I was like, no, I'm going to fly home Friday after work. I'm going to see the recital at 9 a.m. and I'm going to come back on Monday morning and I'm going to be at work. And I don't do well on those red eyes from LA to the East Coast. I almost never sleep. And I'm like, well, I have to sleep. So I asked my doctor for a prescription for Ambien, which I had never taken. And so I left work. I got on the plane. I took the Ambien. I still don't remember driving from the airport to that recital. I have vague, blurry memories of it. I got to the recital and I slept through the whole thing. I did not see one moment of that recital. And then I got on a plane and went right back like that day.
It's not about seeing it. It's that you were there.
It's that you were there.
And she knows you were there because you screamed yourself awake halfway through it.
Yeah. I think Frasier should come through the kitchen door. Where? Oh, they're tapping now. Oh, this is nice. It was... I mean, I'm happy that I did it. Like I was in the pictures. I'm not awake in the pictures, but I'm there.
You're there, yeah.
It was just
that's amazing.
Such a nightmare. Such a horrible, horrible nightmare that I'll probably do again.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you need to.
Now it sounds like half an Ambien.
That might have been the way to go. It was like 14 hours later, though. Like I got on the plane in LA at 6 p.m. I landed in Buffalo at, I don't know, 8 a.m. Just like, probably should have gotten in an Uber. Oh, well.
Hey, speaking of mistakes.
Got in the Uber and said, I'll drive. Move over.
I work in Hollywood.
Gum?
Get out of the way. Go back to the mines. I drive Uber.
Yeah.
I don't work in the... Get out of here. This is my life now. I'm driving to the dancing.
You're coming with me. This is a great recital. He's sitting next to you the whole time.
This sounds like a good moment to jump into our some dumb dad moments. Let's just piggyback right off of that story.
Absolutely.
Joe, I'm sure you've, I know you remember these, but, we talk about these each week on the podcast. It's just something dumb you did as a dad. But, we have you, and when our guests come on, you get to tell us like an all-timer of maybe something you did that you just felt like pretty dumb as a parent. I can start us off with something I did very recently because we talk about these all the time. But so for the holiday break, this dumb dad moment is brought to you by forgetting. Thinking about when you try to make a plan and you think you're being really smart and then you pay for it later. I got called into jury duty I don't know 3 months ago. Okay, I have no idea when, and I was like, oh, this is not a good time for this. Kids are in school. There's all kinds of things going on. My wife, my smart, brilliant, lovely wife, it's like, here's what you do. You reschedule it. You reschedule it for the week of Christmas because no one's going to want to be in court doing, that's when you do it. And I was like, you're so smart. You're such a smart lady. So I got on a register and I'm like, the week, oh gosh, it turns out the week I'm available, I suggest the week, right? Then I put on the calendar. This is how smart I am. I put on the calendar the beginning of that week, that Friday, remember to call. You have to call in to see if you actually have to go into jury duty. Fast forward to midway through the week of Christmas. That's for the midway week of Christmas. I'm having a conversation with my father-in-law, and he's like, yeah, and then he makes some offhanded comment about how they couldn't come out of the country because, they had to leave the country because they got stuck during jury duty. And it was like this alarm went off. And I was like, oh, no. Would you excuse me? And I went and I will say, luckily, I logged in and it literally said completed. And it was like a green check mark. And I was like,
I was positive that story was going to end with you on the Nick Reiner jury duty. It's like, no one's gonna do anything around Christmas time. There's not any big profile cases. And then it's just you like, I loved A Few Good Men. Guilty. He's guilty. Just screaming. It's like, sir, you can't be here. Get out of here.
Can you imagine? So, dude, I thought I'm being so smart. Put it off in the future. Don't even worry about it. Then, because no one's gonna. I thought 100%. And I was like, okay, let's see. What time will the cops be
It must
here?
be an age thing. Maybe it's you. Like I thought I had a good memory, but now I will forget things. Like I walk into a room and I'm like, oh God, why am I here? And I have to go back to what was I just doing? Okay, I
Yeah.
was in the living room and I need a
Yeah.
remote. Well, that's not in the garage. Why am I here? And I don't remember. I forget everything now.
Yeah.
The memory is bad. Your story about like the red eye with the Ambien and all that stuff. It's like that. Not me.
No.
15 years ago. Not me 10 years ago. Like
No.
I have to do a red eye. Fine. And I won't sleep on the plane because I can't. Never have been able to. Still not.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to
can't
see
do
that recital. I'm going to get on the plane and I'll sleep at some point the next day. And I'm fine. And now it's like 2:00. I'm like, things are bad right now. I'm very tired.
Did you not sleep well last night? I did. I got 8 hours.
I blinked.
But
and
it's
woke
I
up.
got really into Pluribus. I was up till 3. I think I know what's going on, but I don't. And I'm paying for it, but I needed that. It's me time. I needed that time.
I don't like that. I don't know if it's a new feature or if it's because my watch knows how old I am. I don't like that my watch tells me when it's too loud. It makes me feel old. When it goes, hey, heads up, it's getting kind of loud in here
you
for
can't see this typeface on the watch. We're just going to make it bigger. We're just going to make it a little bit bigger for you. That's just for you, buddy. Doing a great job. Also, can you stand? You haven't stood in a while.
Yeah.
Let's stand up.
Stand
What are
up.
you doing? You're sitting down?
Try not to use your hands. That's what I thought.
Out of the chair, no hands. Come on, let's see it.
This is going to be bad for everybody. My hip is acting up.
Oh, okay. Sorry. We should have said this.
No sounds. No, you got to go.
Yeah.
No sounds either.
Loud environment. Well, I got out of a chair without my hands.
Proud day for you.
All right, Kevin. Give us another dumb dad moment.
My dumb dad moment is brought to you by, I guess, role swapping, because my wife ever since
more
I was
context.
born was working
More
in an
context.
office. What was that?
It's like a face-off
We're going to need
scenario,
more
or is
context
it like
after
Freaky
role
Friday?
swapping.
Do you think I was going to stop, Evan? Do you think I'm not telling a story?
So we go to this party. There's this bowl
Role
of keys.
swapping.
And
Joe, your turn. Unbelievable. Of course you're going to get more context. It's a podcast. Everybody talks for too long on a podcast. The whole point of these things.
Wait, podcasts are
It's not
self-indulgent?
Hollywood,
Since
where
when?
they're like 22.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's why everybody's sad that television shows aren't happening as much. 'Cause TikTok's all just our own ideas. And then we're mad nobody watched it. No, but my wife was working in an office again till 2020, and then she was remote. But then she was working from home. But she was, it was like 9 to 6 or something like that. And then I was stay-at-home dad and handling all that stuff. Been in a role swap where she is, she's between work right now because production's not happening at all. And so she's been at home, and then I've gotten a job. Now I'm in an office, and the gradual, like, de-evolution of me being a parent, of like knowing things and doing things, it's been wild. Like my wife, like I've brought the kids to all the doctor's appointments. I've been to all the PTA parent teacher, all of it, and now it's like she'll say something about, well, then on Saturday we can go after, and I'll just stare at her, and she goes, it's the swim meet. I've told you so many times. And I was like, I know you have. And it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. And it came to a head for me when during this, as this is recording, we're still on holiday break. Probably still will be when this comes out because they are never going back to school. I came home from work. I remember it was a Monday. And again, that was another feeling that I hadn't had, which was I've always been home. Even if I was doing stuff for Dumb Dads or whatever, I've always been home, like doing stuff. And then I come home and I just see like the chaos of the house, like the kids running around. My wife's like finishing up dinner. And I'm like, oh, this is what this feels like, to just like walk in the room going, what is happening? But you don't say it.
You didn't go into the room and go, did you do anything while I was at work today?
It's like, what do you mean you're still cooking?
And then your funeral was shortly after that.
I will say what's very funny about her being in the stay-at-home slot right now where I was in it is like she worked till 6 from home. And I work now in an office 3 days a week. On this particular day, I work till 5. It takes me about an hour and 20 to get home. And
it's LA, so it's a mile from his house.
Oh yeah, there's a bar. They have they have beers and stuff so they can teach the kids to ride the bike. And when I get home, she almost like always has like dinner ready like 10 minutes later. And it's very funny to me because like she'll be done work at 6 and I'll start dinner when she's done. Like, and then we eat at like 7. I'm like, oh, you're already better at that.
I've always been home too. Like, I mean, I would go to the office, and like my wife is primarily the one that was always home, but she opened a store recently in the last couple months, so I have literally been the one that's just at home doing that stuff. And you're right. It's the flip flop is just because I find myself like desperate to have the house unbelievably clean, trying to have dinner ready, and I never do it, but desperate. And like she was much more comfortable to be just like, today sucked. I didn't do anything. It's like and in my head I'm like that's where I ultimately get to. But I always start with like, well, I'm going to do 4 baths. I'm going to make chicken, and then I think maybe we'll take a family walk and take a picture with the dog up on the hill because it's so pretty at dusk. And then it's like she walks in, and like the kids have toilet papered me and are riding around me on hoverboards while I'm just crying. And can they just give you
having cereal
prescriptions for Adderall? Like, do I have to go to a doctor? Can they just give it to me? Like, what do I need to do? It's either that or gin. You have to give me something. I can't. I hate our kids. I need to get out of the house. Let me get out. Let me go. Can I go work at your store?
Yeah.
I want to work.
Boy, it's amazing how fast it can go from like intention to off the rails. Like,
well, it's this
so
split
fast.
second of like right now they get off the bus at like I don't know 3:30. So like from 8:30 in the morning till 3:30, I can do what I need to do at the house, whether it's writing, whether it's doing a podcast, which obviously I'm doing every day because people always want to talk to me, or clean the house, get dinner prepared, and I do none of it until 3:25. And then as they're walking in, I'm like, hold on, I got to just vacuum real quick. And even the oldest is like, you had all day. What did you do?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I tried to teach myself a song on the piano. I was making sure the karaoke machine worked. I had to, again, I did a deep dive online about pluribus because I'm really confused by a lot of it. The day gets away from you, okay? I don't need your tone. Oh, you're not even here anymore. You rode away on a hoverboard. All right, well, I'll see you for dinner. It'll be at hoverboard.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll see you for dinner. It'll be at 9:00.
It's a new bread recipe I tried.
I have gotten into baking. I'm baking a lot of cookies, and I'm getting better at it. I don't do bread. Bread is scary.
My story though. So that day I came home, everything's chaos, and it was exactly that what you said. Today sucked. Didn't get anything done. It was exactly that. And so we're sitting down there. Her and I are talking and eating, and then I said to her, I was like, "Well, we just got to get through this week. It sucks, but just get through this week. Then the kids will be back to school, and then if you can find some kind of rhythm and stuff, you'll at least have when they're at school to do stuff." And she looked at me and she went, "They're out of school for another week after this." And I felt so supportive.
We can't do this. We need to blow it all up. We're done. I'm not doing it. I'm leaving. I'm leaving you.
You just got 6 more days and you're clear. What?
Like, what a great motivating factor for 13 days from now.
Yeah.
I'm worried about 3 days from now.
So helpful. Summer break is in 2 days.
That's not how time works. They just got back from Christmas. God, I would hate you so much if I were your wife in that moment. We just got to get through today, tomorrow, and then they're back.
She does. It's just LA is too expensive.
Where are they back to Kevin? Because they're going back to school, not for a while. So they're back to here.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant? Did you mean back to here?
No.
Yeah, tell me where.
I meant back.
We don't have those
good habits. Let's get through this week, and then we're going to get back.
That suggests that they ever did that, which they've never done. So that's also a lie. So what did you really? It's
Kevin, are you sweating?
It's Christmas time.
New year, new me.
I gotta get
Justin's
to work.
calling
that
me.
show's been off the air for 5 years. Yeah, but they're rebooting it. Everything's about IP now. I gotta go. Jim Brolin has a funny idea. Sorry, I gotta go. I gotta take this.
Yeah,
that's the garage.
I gotta take this.
The car's not in there. Stop making car noises.
And then if you get this checked out, that's pretty good. The complete unaware, just a sincere plea, we can do this together. We have another week. We are so. I can't do this. Yeah, I gotta get back to work.
Well, actually have to go back.
Gotta go to that job I love. Super
passionate. I'm in the office every day now. I didn't know that.
Can't wait to get back.
All right, Joe.
I mean, there's
lay it on us, man.
Too many to count. The one that is my favorite, though, is the oldest was probably in pre-K or maybe preschool, it was the time where, you know, they need help getting dressed, they need help getting in the car, they don't do anything for themselves, whether or not they can walk. I'm still carrying them out of the car, putting them in the car seat, driving them. And I did the drop off that day. I got her dressed. I put her in the car. I walked her into school by literally carrying her, dropped her down, went home, and I got a phone call from the teacher telling me, "Hey, did you want to bring her some shoes?" Or I got her dressed and put her in the car and got her out of the car and dropped her off, and she didn't have shoes on. She just didn't have shoes. That's a blind spot to not notice your child's not wearing shoes. So I brought, and I was like, "Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, it's a game we play." And I brought the shoes, and she was like, she was just like, "I didn't have shoes, Dad. I didn't have any." Like, she was really upset. It's like, and I said sorry, but in my head, I'm like, "Well, then why didn't you say something? Why didn't you tell me, hey, Dad, I'm not wearing shoes?" The worry is she probably did, and I was, probably listening to music or something or singing a Les Mis. But put those down. I don't have time for your
let's get in the car.
Goddamn antics. This is school time. Daddy,
yeah, how many times did she go, Dad? Dad? Give me a second.
I just want to listen to NPR. Can you just do that for me? We'll listen to Disney songs in a minute.
Oh, it sounds like it's as bad as I thought it would be today. Okay.
Can anything else go wrong?
Yeah, that's my wife enjoys that one because like you everything. I did everything for her that day. Like, there's nobody to blame but me, and it's not like the kid like deceived you and like ran to the car without shoes on and then snuck out when they got to school. It was just like, I carried you both ways. I got you dressed. That's on me. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I intentionally brought you to school with no shoes.
Oh well. It's good. It's good to be a dad. I like it. Shoes. Don't forget the shoes. All right,
shoes, Joe.
All right. You're so much better than me.
I know. Yes, I know.
Don't overdo the shoes where you overlook the rest of it.
I mean, you guys know the crazy part is though, like even bringing the kid to school without shoes on, I'm still a hero. Like, what is Dad doing that for? Dad's a hero, is what's happening. Like
I know.
When I was back and forth to LA, like especially in the wintertime, like she'd bring all 4 girls to dance in the snow. Like, you got to get 4. That's wrangling 4 little kids to dance when at any given time 2 of them are like, I hate dance, and it's not even the same 2 every week. Nobody gives her a second look. Like, do you need help? Or just like, she's a mom. She's got 4 kids. She knows what she's doing. I've taken them to dance, all 4 of them by myself. And it's like the looks of adoration of just like, God, you're such a good man. Like, why? Like, no, I'm here. No, I'm the double standard. It's so unfair, but I love it so much. It's so unfair, but I really love it.
Yeah. It's so unfair, but it's really funny.
And I may have told you guys this. The other side of that, though, is when we did the potty training book, I read it, and the whole book was from the perspective of, now listen up, moms. Dad is not going to want to follow through with this. Just make sure he either needs to stay out of the way or he needs to get on board with it. And I'm like, I'm reading this book. And what about gay couples? Hey, book. And it wasn't even written that long ago. It was like written in like 2000 something. It's like, she didn't even read the book. Like, I gave her the Cliff Notes version and she listened, but she didn't read that book. She already knew. She had listened to a couple podcasts. It was a really good book. It did really help. It helped a lot.
Sure. There's some good ones.
Dad's not going to everything you do now, whether or not you want to even be involved, but they do know how to do it. You're right that it's like, my daughter takes gymnastics. I took my daughter to gymnastics, and like we're sitting there in the lobby, and like I'm putting my daughter's hair in a ponytail, and I will say though, like one of the teachers walks by and she goes, "Hey, that's a pretty good ponytail, Dad," and the sense of pride that washed over me, because it's like they see him all day long. And I don't think she's probably just gaslighting me, but she said it from like, "Hey, that's a pretty good pony," and I'm like,
your takeaway is so pure and innocent. Well, she sees ponytails all day long. This must be a really good one, and not, well, this dad has no idea what he's doing. I just need
at least
the
hair is not exactly.
I just love that your takeaway was that, as if like when a teacher says to a student, "That's a pretty good car you drew."
Mm-hmm.
That kid's like, she sees a lot of cars.
Their whole job is making people feel good about their garbage, and that's what she's done here. It sounds like a great teacher.
Yeah, she's probably a great gymnastics teacher, but I tell you what, man, I was walking on the balls of my feet the rest of the day.
Good for
I
you.
did it.
She did her job. She did her job.
It's the same thing though. Like I learned how to braid like early on, like because they all need their hair braided.
Yeah.
But like the idea of like me doing a braid and the oldest is 9, and someone going, "Wow, that's a really good job." I'm like, I'm a father if I didn't know how to braid this hair when she was like 2. Like that's not. This is not. I think it shifted a little bit. Like for so long in like all of the like 70s and 80s, it was always the hacky jokes of like mom's in the kitchen and dad's working, and then he comes back, and if he does anything, we're lucky to have him. But now everybody works from home, so I feel like you see a stronger mix of dads and moms, or in the rare case of heteronormative gender, there are gay couples.
Yeah.
It's always the older people that are impressed by the fathers. It's not like a mother that's like 32 that's like, wow, you're a hero. It's the 65 85-year-old, I wish I had a husband like you. It's like, oh, that's so sad. I wish
it's so sad. It's like you have no idea what I said to them in the car on the way here.
And it was bad. It was really
bad.
I've stopped censoring myself. I've never cursed in front of my kids, and all of a sudden I feel like I'm saying damn it, or just like God damn it, and just like I can't even anymore, which is tough.
I live with my father-in-law, and he said one, speaking of that, he said one that was just a absolute chef's kiss. I wish you would change, but also never change person. Like you should have changed. Shame on you, but don't change now. He was talking about his son, and he goes, well, he's a really good father. He drove over an hour to his daughter's college graduation. And with no irony in his voice. He meant it.
Get this guy in a writer's room.
He meant it. And I was like, was there
more?
Was there more? That's it? That was the whole thought?
Well, maybe he murdered a serial killer on the way, or saved a family of 4 out of a van. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Where's the
still made it on time?
There's something.
What's the alternative though? Like, he could have just stayed home and watched golf. Like that's what any man would do. Like he's the hero of Ford. He's such a good dad.
To me, it's the college graduation, because like erase everything from before. He drove an hour to the college graduation. Good father.
What more do you want from him?
It's like,
what more do you want? I'm here.
Can even go the other way. He murdered a guy with a hammer on the way there, but he made it to the college graduation.
Exactly.
Such a good guy.
If 90% of parenting is just showing up, that's still an A.
That's true.
A-, but you'll take it.
Depends how much you're cursing and drinking, I think. But yes, showing up is.
Yeah.
But that's the problem with working from home. We're here all the time. There's no time to miss them. My wife and I are here all the time.
Like, I could stand to miss a couple things.
I could a couple hours. Like let me go to the airport bar. I won't even get on the plane. Let me just have that feeling like I'm getting on the plane, and then I'll come home.
Right.
We'll all be happy about it.
See, there you
go to the airport to go to the bar.
Get those chicken wings and that drink, and then...
It's Buffalo, guys. Even the airport bar has good chicken wings. That's how it works.
The sauce is great up there in Buffalo.
It is. Why are you? It sounds like someone has a gun to your head. Where do you what card are you reading that off of? The sauce is good.
Ask him anything else.
It's
texting him.
Sauce.
Be nice to the guest. Be nice to the guest. It's Buffalo. Talk up Buffalo.
Buffalo wings. It's the whole thing. That the guy now Buffalo Wild Wings has the Buffalo talking and rapping. I don't know.
I feel like we've gone off somewhere. Well, I missed the off ramp.
He's comparing Buffalo Wild Wings. Like saying people in Massachusetts like Red Lobster. All right, we're not going.
They do, right?
We ran Red Lobster out of New England. Go look. There's not one there.
I don't think there
wasn't lobster.
I don't think there's one anywhere.
Oh, there is. There is. And every time you see one, you think, how long's that lobster been in that freezer?
No, I think everyone
in Oklahoma.
Everyone remembers Bill Burr had like a chunk on Red Lobster, just yelling and ranting about it, and then everyone turned against it. That's not uses food. Get out of here. And then nobody went to Red Lobster again.
One guy dismantled an entire franchise.
They were kind of on the way out anyway. I mean, all you can eat crab legs, like they can't sustain that. That's crazy.
It's not at a bunch of locations. Like, what are you talking about?
Can't be done.
In the Midwest?
No.
You're just tearing down
nowhere near the sea. Yeah, that's where you want a seafood place landlocked in the Midwest. That's fresh.
Red Lobster sells freshwater lobster.
You know where I want to go to get freshwater lobster? Tempe in a strip mall. Let's get out there and let's look at some hot concrete and eat some snow crab. Yeah. I think we're gonna have a nice time.
All you can eat, huh? All you can eat. Yeah. Well, we just got them last Tuesday.
Hey, when were you by the coast, Keith?
Yeah.
Was it last month? Yeah, we got them. It's pretty fresh. They're
The
pretty.
smell is normal. It smells like the
Brought
ocean.
him in.
Smells like the ocean. Okay, I think that's a pretty good place to leave it. Joe, what do you got working? What are you working on? What show is there? Something you're promoting?
Oh man, if you guys could just find the new Frasier on any streaming service and just watch a couple
Frasier.
minutes, I think that's it. Well, we'll see. Maybe there'll be something in the new year.
I think we could get you together with James Gunn's people, and you can do a spin-off of that dog, how they did it in the Superman movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Dog's dead. And we just have that AI dog spin-off show. They went through like 4 of them, right?
yeah. Joe had a pretty good career. He was in Hollywood for a while. Then he moved to Buffalo and did a movie about a dead dog with AI, I think. But people really didn't care for it. Okay,
But he made it.
But he independently produced. It was like a Duplass thing, but it didn't work out. He tried though, which is all that matters. He tried. He tried really hard.
The movie poster's just a guy like in pajamas with bare feet, like sprinting down the road.
It's called This is how my brain works with just off. It's called The Morning Show, but morning spelled the other way because the dog died.
Yeah.
And then
love
Duplass runs in and says, "I funded this," and then he runs out. And I think he has a brother, but I don't know what that brother looks like.
No, nobody does.
Did this end it, right? You ended this?
Yep.
Okay, great.
This is a smooth outro. Joe, thanks for coming on.
Happy
Thank
to
you,
be
Joe.
here.
Everybody for listening. Please rate and review this podcast if you guys haven't done so already. Thanks to Verdú on SoundCloud for the music of this podcast, and as always to my lovely wife Annie for editing this podcast. Evan, what did the horse say after it tripped?
I don't know what the horse say after it tripped.
Help! I've fallen and I can't giddy up.
My God. Please don't shoot me.
I have more life to live.
I don't want to be glue yet.
Oh no! See you all next week.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome to the world, little one. Welcome to life.
How do I stop this?